A rape victim in the UK is demanding a change in the law after the man who assaulted her was told he could be granted access to her son, who was born as a result of her ordeal.
This story is about myself, my son, the man that raped me, and Rotherham Council, and the fact that my rapist has been offered by Rotherham Council to apply for full custody and parental rights.
An unusual case getting quite a bit of traction here in the UK. A victim of child sexual exploitation has waived her anonymity and come forward demanding a change in legislation following revelations that a man who had raped her as a teenager, as a result of which she became pregnant and had a child, was approached by a local council to basically see if this man wanted to be part of the child's life. The man in question was put behind bars 2 years ago to serve a 35-year sentence for multiple sexual offences against 9 girls in the area, including that woman, Sammy Woodhouse, who Rotherham Council invited him to potentially seek visits with the child. The man did not go for this offer and did not seek such an application. However, this still triggered a push for a change in legislation. This is what a local MP had to say on the matter.
Appalling example of the law being set up either to favour the perpetrator or to actively work against the rights of abuse survivors and the consideration they should be afforded.
The Ministry of Justice is currently investigating whether this took place due to an error or whether there's potentially a wider problem behind this. We have also heard from the council, who said that they were basically just following guidelines. So there's lots of questions to be addressed in this area yet again, with this story now coming to the forefront.
Well, we spoke to some people in Rotherham in the north of England, where the grooming scandal continues to haunt their town.
He'll be in prison for the rest of his life.
Absolutely disgusting, and it's so horrible.
I think it is disgusting.
There's no else I can say, just disgusting.
It's disgusting.
The police have been frightened to death to do anything in the past, and they're still not doing it now.
It's absolutely incredulous, the fact that they think it's acceptable to approach a convicted rapist and ask him if he wants access to a child.
British activist Sarah Ahmed says the rights of the victims must come first.
Interest of the child is paramount. The case is centering around the child visitation of the child. In the best interest of the child, that child doesn't need to know who that person was who did that to his mum, father or not. What happened to this woman is awful, awful, awful. And women do survive rape because that's what they are. They are survivors of rape. We can't talk about it enough. We do need to lift the lid open on it and examine what happened. You have to look at the bigger picture. It is still happening. We do need prosecutions. We do need parents to speak up and say, yes, our daughter was a victim. In the English community, the English families, they will go and they will seek prosecution. But within the Asian community, where it does happen and it's still rife, the groomers are protected by their own community because they are chained by honour and stigma. So that's why their prosecutions aren't there. Lessons have been learnt, but they are not being acted upon.